Hi, everybody. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. Hi, Diane. Yeah, I think we're the only ones here at the moment, so we'll just chat. Uh, yes, I didn't do so well this week. Part of it was because I didn't have my sales turned on. I think I said that on one of my first ship with me video. I don't think I had anything go out till like Wednesday, and that's when I discovered I didn't have my sales on, my percentage off sale. And since I had it on, I at least sold one thing every day, I think. Now, today, earlier today, and maybe last evening, I went on and I put uh, reduced some prices, sent some sales out to offers to watchers. And I've gotten 3 sales. They're all packaged up over there, ready for tomorrow's ship with me. So I better do more of that also. Yeah, I think you have to put them on at a pretty low price when you send those offers out to the watchers. I send them out to only the ones that have had lots of watchers on. But I did get 3 sales. And on a slow week, that helps. Hi, Jane. You've only had a few sales too, not listing regularly. I'm not listing at all right now. I'm doing the sell similar listing. So something's going on all the time. I think that's important too if you don't actually have anything to list. I should probably go to the bins this week or next week. I don't know. I think, though, Samantha is coming both Wednesday and Thursday to make up from last week because she was sick last week. So that means I probably won't have a chance to go on Thursday. Yeah, the offers sometimes I put them on and I get nothing. But I think if you put them on to the ones that you're sending out more than one offer, like one thing I had 38 watchers on, and I send out if they have, 3 or 4 or more watchers on. The ones that just have one offer, you're sending out just to one person. I mean, that may be the person that's going to buy it, but you never know. So I'm going to do more of that. And yeah. And today I think it's clean out your closet. I just just read the email about that on Poshmark, clean the closet, if that's what it's called. So I can go on there and send out sales, and it also gives the buyer a reduced shipping price without charging me. So those are good things to have on Poshmark. I try to do that when I notice when they send sellers a notification of that, but I don't always see it. Yeah. So since I'm not listing hardly anything, I don't have anything to list, I have to do these other things, try to entice buyers with lower prices. I think that's what counts nowadays. So I sold, I have here, I sold 7 items on eBay all of last week and 4 items on Poshmark for the entire week. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items all week. Now I have 3 going out, like I said, tomorrow. But that doesn't count toward this week. My week goes from Sunday to Saturday. Your listing, they have best offers on. Yeah. And someplace at the top, you can see if they'll give you a list of the items that you can send offers to watchers. You can either send it by a percentage off or give them a price. Since I have sales going most of the time, it's hard to do a percentage. So I usually just look at the price, the sale price that's already on it, and then I reduce it a little bit more. That's how I've been doing it. Because if a thing is already on sale for $12.99, you've reduced it quite a bit, like 25%. Say there's things I put on 25% off and they came down to like 12 something, say $12.95. And then if you want to put it on a sale to watchers, you don't want to do it too much lower. So I do it $10 or $11, just the straight amount, either $10, $11. That's how I know I've sent out an offer. If it's not like $10.99. Yeah, promotions plus offers. That's why I'm not making anything in this business. I'll tell you a secret. If this was easy to get out of, like if I could magically make this all disappear, my inventory, and close my store, I would probably think about it because I'm not really making any money doing this. It's a little bit. But yeah, for the time it takes, that's true about YouTube. I was listening to somebody talk about YouTube about, and I do spend a lot of time doing YouTube videos, not so much these live ones. The live ones don't take near as much as anything that has to be edited. Anything that's not live, it still has to go through an editor to get on. So it takes time, Even for those short little ship with me videos, between me doing it and then putting it on to edit, even though I hardly edit anything, and then putting it on, you have to put it on your editor and then editing the little bit and then putting it onto YouTube. It all takes like at least an hour. So every day, an hour doing that for, I must say most months I'm not making anything on YouTube, but this month, and their checks go out on the 21st of the month. And it's always a surprise because I never know if I'm going to get anything or not. There must be a way to look that up, but I haven't found it. I made $139. So total, the whole time after my monetization, the whole time I've been doing this, because I don't get paid every month for sure. The little bit I do make, a little over $100 each time. I've made, I think I haven't hit $500 yet. So, yeah. So I do dream sometimes of just having my house cleared out completely, going furniture shopping, redoing these rooms. I could actually then move my bedroom down to this room. Then it would be all in one on one floor, except for the basement, of course, for the laundry. There's a way of doing that too, but it would cost a fortune. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I do promotions between 2 and 3%. I think they made it a rule you have to do 2% now. And then there's been talk, I haven't really looked this up, but there's been talk that you used to only have to pay promotions when the person clicked on your sale on your item and they bought it. Then you had to buy, then you paid that promotion fee. Now, from what I understand, I'm just listening to the people telling about it, the sellers. I haven't actually read the rules yet. Because I think now, if anybody clicks on it, anybody, if it sells to anybody else, even they're going to collect that fee, which seems crazy. Everybody's upset about that. So I'm hoping the bigger sellers let eBay know that that's not okay. And maybe they'll take it back because that's just ridiculous. So even when you sell things at low prices, it seems when you look at the things, it's only, a few cents, but it adds up, and it sure does add up for the bigger sellers. Anyway, I don't know. There's 5 people here, and I think that counts me too, so maybe 4 people. Uh, I haven't got a notice from Bumblebee, so I'm not sure. She's usually here by now. I think she's still busy with her mom. I will tell you this, though. I have been watching older movies that I've watched before, but they're good movies, and I just wanted to watch them again. I watched them a long time ago. So, one I watched is A River Runs Through It. It's a Robert Redford movie. He's not in it, but he wrote it. That was a famous movie. And I watched it again. And then I'm in the process of watching Driving Miss Daisy. I think it's the 3rd time I've watched that. I love that movie. I've decided I need a chauffeur like Morgan Freeman. When I lose my car, when I turn my leased car back in, and I did get the date. I bought it. It'll be 3 years in July of 26. So it'll be sometime before that I have to turn the car in. And I don't plan on leasing a new one. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's still up in the air. The smartest thing to do would to be buy out that car, because I'll never find a car that's this nice, it's perfect, and it has the lowest mileage you'd probably ever find on a car. However, it does have the problem of having all those open spaces on the bottom of the car where the chipmunks get in. But I think if I own, tell me if I'm wrong, if I own the car, I can't have this done with a leased car. But if I then buy the car out and I own the car, I can take it to a mechanic. I don't have a mechanic, but Jolene has one that she trusts and she likes. So I could, start going to her mechanic. I'm sure there's a way of putting some sort of wire underneath the car, like hardware wire, to block those entrances. It would still let the air in, which is what it's for, the holes, but the chipmunks couldn't get in. Yours is a Subaru, 16 Subaru with 36,000 miles. Mine's a 2024, even though I got an early lease in 23, it was on the lot, one of them, and I got it. It has like 2,500 miles on it, 2,000 miles on it. So it's because I don't drive any place. Yeah, I'd never find that mileage on another car. So it's like the perfect car people would want to buy. Yeah. It's like what they call a cream puff car. But I have this problem with the chipmunks. But if I'd buy it, then I could, if it was too much of a continued to be too much of a problem, I could just sell it. But I think that the price of the car, they give you supposedly a deal to buy out the car. Because where I bought my car from, or at least this car, they don't sell used cars. These cars go to auction. So I'm thinking maybe they'd give me a decent price. I'd have to have somebody go with me because I don't know anything about prices of cars. Yeah. I don't know how to do any of this. So, yeah, I sure couldn't do it myself. I mean, even the part of knowing if it's a good deal they're giving me and buying out the car. Although I did do it once, but that was immediate right after my husband died. That car that we had was a leased car, and I bought out the lease. I don't remember much about doing it, but I did it. I bought out that lease and I kept that car for, I don't know, 3 or 4 more years, maybe longer, until it started to get a little rust on where the wheel wells were. Then for some reason I decided to, oh, I know. My daughter-in-law asked if I wanted to sell it, and she bought it. She bought it from me. So they had that car. So it stayed in the family. And then I went back to leasing, which was a bad mistake. But yeah. Yeah, I'd have to for sure find uh, yeah, my son, uh, I'd have to have my son go with me. Maybe even Jolene. I don't know. Anybody knows more than me about cars. Mm. Okay. I take it everybody that's here had turned their clocks back. Yes. I thought I'd get an extra hour of sleep. However, if you were watching the World Series that went 7 games, last night was the last, the 7th game, and it went long. It went 11 innings. So that kept you up till close to midnight. Of course, then you turn the clock back, and then it was 11. But yeah. Yeah, the team I sort of was rooting for, the Blue Jays, didn't win. The Dodgers won. I mean, I wasn't that much into it since it wasn't the Indians, the Cleveland. And see if this is. Yes, it's okay. Janet's on, or Bumblebee is on her phone, so she can. She's trying to eat her lunch, and her little doggy is trying to eat her lunch too. But she can hear us. So, yes, hi, Bumblebee. Yeah, let's give her a thumbs up here. Yeah, so that's where the car thing stands. I'd much rather have Morgan Freeman as my chauffeur. But I'm not rich and I can't afford a chauffeur, so I could only use Uber and that type of thing that you have to call, and you still don't have. What if I wanted to just run up to the vet to pick up something, or to run up to the vet to take, my pet or something up there? It's like 2 minutes away. You hate to pay for you know, somebody to take you there. Things like that. And if you took like an Uber, or they even have things from the senior center, you can take these little rides up to town, but then you have to wait. I get tired so easily, but I do have. I don't think right now I'd have to worry about like grocery shopping. I can always order groceries, but I like to also go to the grocery store. But Samantha, that means she would shop with me every other week. So that's good enough for your regular grocery shopping. I've been trying to do that anyway, just every other week or less. But it's just the fact mentally, I think, of not having a car here available whenever I want it. Remember, I've been driving for 66 years, something like that. Yeah, I got my license when I was 16 years old, and I'm 83. I hope this doesn't jinx me, but I've never had a ticket. I've never been in an accident. And yes, God has blessed me. And I'm hoping He continues to bless me in that department. Yeah. Now, that's not saying I haven't been stopped. I've been stopped a couple times, and it's mostly from going over the speed limit. Uh, yeah, I should get a gold star or something. They should put the gold star on your license so the cop knows if he stops you. The last time I was stopped, it was a few years ago. It wasn't that I was, speeding fast. I happened to be driving at what I thought was a speed limit, but there was a part of the road. I don't know what was there. The speed limit went down. It wasn't a school zone. Uh, I don't know. The speed limit dropped down like it was only like 10 miles an hour less. And there was somebody sitting there, waiting to catch people. So he stopped me and I said, I'm sitting there with my hands on the steering wheel like in the TV on TV. And my purse was under my seat with my license and stuff and in my drive box next to me. So I'm asking him, "Can I get my purse? It's under my seat." He said, "Yes." And then I said, "You're not going to wreck my driver's record, are you?" And he said, "No." So he just told me about that little stretchy road that was a lower speed limit. Other than that, I don't think I've ever, maybe a long time ago, I was stopped for going over the speed limit. But it's not like I'm going 80 miles an hour here. Ah. All right. Let me show you what I did sell this week. I have to share my screen. And I always show you the graph. It's still looking pretty sad here. Lots of 0 days. Yeah. All right. The first thing I sold, these are eBay sales now. I sold 7 eBay things. They are all to new buyers, no repeat buyers this week. This is a pair of button fly crop jeans by Everlane, and they sold for, of course, I have these in the wrong order. I don't even know where my slip is from that one. There it is. They sold for $19.99. Looks like. Oh, they sold for the price it was on it. Well, yay! I bet they sold on one of the days that I had forgotten to put my sales on. Okay, that was good. So the next thing is this sort of a chambray shirt. It was like a chambray feeling fabric, but it was this olive green by American Eagle Outfitters. And it sold for also $19.99. No, $19.19. Oh, that was the price that was on it. Okay, another one. That's good. Oh, wait. It says see original listing. Yeah, that was the one that was on it. Yeah, so that's sold. Next thing is this pair of jersey pull-on pants. They had an elastic waist with a tie cord also. They were like jogger pants. They had the cuff around the bottom. They were in a size 2X, and they sold for $11.57. That was an offer somebody offered me. And this is a little top. I've had this for a long time. It's by Sundance. I found Sundance things for a while, and then I didn't find them anymore. So this is just one of the few that I've had. Stretch top. It was fitted because it had this crossover top that was had this ruching on it. It was this peach colored 3/4 sleeves, and it's sold for $14.94. $14.99. I can't read these little slips. That was a best off. Might have been a best off. I didn't put that down. This is a pair of Croft & Barrow gray dress pants. These were men's in a size 36. I've had these a long time, and they sold for $14.99. Which was the sale price that was on it. Next thing was something I was glad to sell. I was trying to find these overalls for the longest time, and I did sell. I had like 3 pair that I had finally found. This one was all torn up. It was destroyed, blown out knees, and it was. I think this is the last one to sell, and it sold for $11.24. And I'm thinking that was the best offer. Divided is an H&M company. It's a size 2. And the last thing I sold on eBay was this called Gypsies and Moon Dust. That's the brand. It's a crop top that sort of crosses on the top there. It's in a size extra large. It sold for $17.54. It was a little blue, navy, and white floral print that was really cute. There's a better look at it. It has a wide scoop neck. Okay, that's what I sold on eBay. Now on Poshmark, some of these you saw on if you watched the Ship With Me videos. This is by Cabby. It was called No Sweat Hooded Tunic. It was a women's medium in this teal color. And this was a stock photo that probably Bumblebee found for me. Yeah, probably helped sell it. This sold for $20, and I netted $16 on this. Next thing is this New York & Company button-up shirt. It's a women's large. It had little, I don't know if I can show you these little hearts. Yeah, it had little hearts all over. It was basically blue and white striped, and then had these little hearts. These little hearts were, I think, embroidered on there. It doesn't say them, so I'm not sure about that. It sold for a best offer of $12, and I got $9.05 net. And then I sold something I've had forever, a Nike tee, one of those Just Do It t-shirts. This is just a plain Nike tee with a big swoosh, red swoosh on the front. and this is a size large. I listed it under men's. It could be men's or women's, I suppose. And this sold for $13, and I netted $10.05. And the last thing I sold was this pair of, and this I just sold yesterday, the North Face stretch pants, women's, extra small. It said extra small. I see where she was mixed up about this because she wrote me a note. It says extra small here, but when I looked at my listing, it said small. So she said it was listed as both, and she wondered which it was. So I opened up the package, and it is a small, not an extra small. So I wrote back to her and told her that, and she thanked me and didn't cancel the sale, so I guess that's okay. They're full-length pants. They had zipper pockets, a really nice pair of North Face stretch pants. They sold for $22. And this can't be right. It says I netted $22.60. That would be nice, but I don't think that's right. So 20% off of $22 is what I netted on that. So that is what I sold. Let me show you the eBay numbers. This is just eBay from October 26th to November 1st, yesterday. A total sales of $173.15. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think they've taken the store fee out of here yet because I went back and looked. So I'm thinking this next week, maybe it's because it was the weekend. Maybe they're going to wait till tomorrow to take the store fee out. But selling costs were $80.81. That's including promotions and all that stuff also. So I netted $85.55 on eBay. Now I'll come back here and tell you the numbers on Poshmark. Get a drink of water first. Because I have a tickle. Okay. Now on Poshmark, I had sold a gross amount of $67, netted $57.70. Average selling price on Poshmark was $16.75. The average selling price on eBay was $24.74. So total net that I made $143.25. Plus what I made on YouTube was $139, so I just add that on for, I guess, for my week. Yeah, so that is it for this week. Still pretty sad when you think of this is the beginning of fourth quarter. When it used to be, we used to buy extra shipping bags, extra boxes, because it was such a time when you sold, a whole lot of things. Well, that hasn't happened in the last really couple years. And it's starting out the whole first month of October is the first month of fourth quarter, and it hasn't been good at all. So I'm blaming the, how people are watching their money, the economy. And I don't think any of the stores are going to do well this holiday. Yes, they're very much in a Time is in a questionable state, that's for sure. You know, it's frightening. Does anybody keep getting these? I'm sure there's spam emails about uh, watch your money in the bank. It's all going to be taken away and taken over by uh, that fake money, whatever it's called, Bitcoin, and you're going to lose all your money. Does anybody but me get these emails all the time? Uh, I just delete them. I'm hoping. I have a this next month. I have a meeting with my bank guy, so I can ask him. We were all in question of what is to come. Yeah. I am really feeling for these people that really need their food stamps because that's not settled yet unless they settled it today. I haven't been on the news today. So who knows what's happening. Uh, I'm watching Driving Miss Daisy. It's a much better place to be. Uh, keep the lights on, stay positive. Yeah. Uh, hey, as long I don't eat much, as long as I can feed my animals. And now it's just my dog and my cat. Uh, yeah, I'm thinking of, just continuing bigger sales, sending out lots of low ball offers to people. When I send out these offers to watchers, I do not also give them the chance of countering because that's just too much. Because if you send out an 11 or 10 or $11 offer and somebody comes back with $8, it just makes you upset. So, no, I'm not doing that. I know it's, by the time you pay for your shipping supplies, everything else, they don't realize the buyers, of course, don't think about the fees and everything you pay. You don't make anything. It's hardly worth bundling it up and sending it out. But yeah. Yeah, and these shipping bags, besides the eBay ones that come with your store fee, I mean, you have to order them and they're free. Uh, any other these little bags I like to order, and the bags that I have to use for Poshmark, you can't use an eBay bag. Uh, yeah, I have to pay for. I have to buy through Amazon. Keep our faith. Yes, for sure. I'll have to tell you, 2 nights ago, I woke up in the middle of the night. Sometimes this happens. I woke up like at 3:30 in the morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I had read someplace if you wake up between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning, it's a good time to pray because sometimes you wake up in order to do that. Does anybody have trouble praying while they're laying down in bed? I feel ashamed that I can't pray without falling asleep. I guess I'll have to get up. Uh, I should have a little chair in my room, a comfy chair. that I could get up and sit in the chair on those nights. I think it would be better. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to go back and after I finish watching Driving Miss Daisy, there's another pastor I watch, Jack Hibbs. He's from California, and that's the other one I watch on YouTube. And I can watch his. They both follow the Bible, and I like the preachers that follow along and explain, chapter by chapter or verse by verse and explain so that I can sit there with my Bible and take notes. I have notes all over the place. That's one reason why I got that great big, I think I showed it to you when I got it. It's a great big Bible, and it's for taking notes in. It leaves big spaces to write in. You can't, this is a huge Bible. You can't carry it around. Like you couldn't take it to church with you to take notes in. And some of the pages don't even give me enough space, and it's a lot of space. So I have to take notes on another sheet. Like I use like a card, like a bigger card, the bigger card. And I take notes on the card, and then I use washi tape and I tape it where it should go. The thing about taking notes from the pastors that are on YouTube is if you miss something that you want to take a note on, you can just pause it and go back, Yeah. So that's where I take my most notes, is when I'm watching watching the videos. So Wednesday nights and Sundays, that's what I'm doing. So I guess that is it for this week. I think I will give my son a call and ask him about if I decide to buy out my car, if he would go with me. See what he says about that. So I'm going to close for now. It is 4:45. And I'm also working on a painting that I had to it's just a little practice painting. I'll show it to you when I'm done. It's a landscape, and it's one of those where you have to let things dry before you go to the next step. And then I had to go on Amazon and order some masking. I think I told you this, masking liquid to put on some things. Then you have to let it dry. So you can't just sit down and do this painting. It takes a couple days before you let everything dry. I do have it's not a hair dryer. It's one that I used to use when I was stamping. When I had an antique shop, it was also crafting things. And I sold a couple brands of different stamps. It was when stamping became a big thing, and card making and all that stuff became a big thing. And I sold stamps, and I got into stamping, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyway, there's a lot of things you have to do with the heat gun. Uh, it's a heat, it's like a blower, but it's much stronger and hotter than a hair dryer, and it dries things really fast. So I have that. I have all my supplies from any art supplies I have. Yeah. So it's only the 2nd of November. I think what I'm going to do is start that. The first day of November, you throw away one thing. Second day, you throw away two things. So now you've thrown away three things. Now I got all the way up to the 20th of the month the last time I did this. So that's a lot of things. So I think I'm going to go throw away three things, which is for yesterday and today. And I know exactly where I'm going to start because there's some of the in my big art bin that I found in the basement. A lot of the acrylic paints are good, but some are bad, are dried up. So, hey, I can toss those and count them. So I could go do that right now. So that's all for tonight. And I will see you tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon whenever I get it edited and on. But I do it in the morning. So I have three things so far going out, and they're all from me sending out offers to watchers. So I will see you there. It's not live, but it's a recorded video. So tomorrow sometime it'll be on, and I will see you all live on Thursdays. That's my next live video. So thank you for joining. I always forget to look at the camera instead of what me or the chat, but yeah. So I will see you all then. Thank you so much for coming and joining me on my days I'm live here. And see you then.